first day always feels the same. New faces, new systems, new pressure. Chloe stood in the elevator, clutching her badge, trying not to look nervous. Her heart was pounding. Everyone had said it. The first 90 days are everything. She read the articles, made her notes, practiced her smile, but one thought kept nagging. What if I'm not enough? She wanted to prove herself, to be useful, to fit in. If you've ever started somewhere new, a job, a team, a role, and felt that mix of excitement and fear, this story is for you. Because it's not about proving your worth, it's about remembering what already makes you valuable. Chloe was the kind of person who prepared for everything. Before her first day, she spent hours studying company reports, learning names, memorizing workflows. She wanted to show she could handle anything, that hiring her had been the right choice. But within a week, cracks appeared. She was drowning in details, unsure when to speak up, afraid of saying the wrong thing. During meetings, her mind raced. They're all so confident. What do I even add here? She tried to blend in, to be well-rounded, to do everything right. But trying to be everything made her lose the part of herself that once made her shine. During her second week, her manager asked casually, "So Chloe, what's your superpower? What do you want to be known for here?" She froze. Superpower? No one had ever asked that before. She mumbled something about being a team player, but the question lingered. What is my superpower? That night, she told herself, I don't need to think about that. I just need to deliver. She buried herself in work, staying late, triple-checking emails, trying to impress through sheer effort, but working hard without focus felt empty. She was doing more, not better. By the third week, she was exhausted, invisible. A senior colleague, Mara, sat beside her one afternoon and said, "You don't have to prove yourself by doing everything. People remember you for what you do best, not for what you try to cover." That hit her. A truth she already knew but had forgotten. That evening, Chloe opened her notebook and wrote 3 questions. What have people always come to me for? What energizes me most? What drains me fastest? The answers came slowly but clearly. Creativity, communication, connection. Not spreadsheets, not silence. The next morning, she made a quiet decision. Stop hiding my strengths. In a team meeting, when they struggled with a client proposal, she spoke up. "I have an idea." Her voice trembled slightly as she shared a fresh perspective, rooted in storytelling, not numbers. The room went quiet. Then her manager smiled. "That's exactly the kind of thinking we need." It was small, but it shifted everything. She volunteered for more creative tasks, but imposter thoughts crept in. Was that a fluke? What if I can't deliver next time? She stayed up late, doubting herself. But now she had a guidepost, a place where her energy flowed easily. She noticed others too. The quiet analyst who thrived in structure, the social connector who brought energy to every meeting. Everyone had their lane. She finally saw hers. At the 1-month mark, her manager asked her to present an idea to the department, the same storytelling concept she'd shared weeks earlier. This time, it wasn't just a contribution, it was ownership. Her first instinct, panic. Old voice, "Stay small, play safe." Steadier voice, "You've been ready for this all along." Halfway through her presentation, the slides glitched, the screen froze, her mind raced, embarrassment rising, but she leaned into her strength. She spoke without slides, weaving the story verbally, connecting the dots in a way only she could. By the end, the room was still, not because it was perfect, but because it was real. That was her turning point. Not performance, presence. Later that week, her manager stopped by. "I've been thinking about your presentation. You've got something, a way of making people see ideas differently. We should use that more." She realized she hadn't been hired to fit in. She'd been hired to stand out. She started mentoring new hires, helping them find their footing. Her advice was simple. Start with your strengths. That's where your confidence lives. It wasn't about ego, it was about alignment. When you use what's naturally yours, everything else starts to flow. Later, she joined a team of fast-paced, competitive personalities. Old doubts crept in. They're so sharp, can I keep up? But this time she didn't shrink. She played to her strengths, facilitating, connecting, simplifying. By the end, her approach had brought clarity to chaos. Same pressure, different Chloe. She finally understood. The first 90 days aren't about proving your worth. They're about remembering where your value already is. If you're starting somewhere new, ask yourself, what do I want people to remember me for? What comes naturally to me that I overlook? What if standing out isn't about trying harder, but being more of who I already am? Because maybe, like Chloe, your strengths aren't just your advantage, they're your way of belonging.